How's everyone doing? How was your weekend?
Eventful.
I hope a good events, positive,
Yeah.
memorable events.
Yes.
Good. Sophie, how was your weekend? You do have food in your mouth. Enjoy that.
It was good. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, that's
It
all
was
right.
good. Not all that exciting. Funerals and all of that stuff. We were catering, but it was still a good weekend. No complaints. Church was amazing Sunday, so it made up for all of the other stuff that went on throughout the week.
Okay, we have Jeremy entering into the chat.
Hey, Jeremy.
Jeremy,
Welcome.
can you hear us?
The audio coming on. It looked like the audio connecting.
Okay.
Hey,
While he's
y'all.
connected,
Oh,
while
there
he's
goes
connecting, I ask you, Miss Everlasting Star, how was your weekend? Can you hear me?
Oh, I'm sorry. You talking to me. I was thinking like Everlasting Star. I'm looking at Sophie. I'm looking at Destin Star. I'm looking at
I was like, wait,
I
did
thought
I
you was
give
waiting
you?
on Jeremy camera to come on.
Yeah, I'm waiting for him to see if he can hear me and we can get to that.
Hey,
Hey,
Jeremy.
welcome in.
How y'all doing? Can y'all hear me okay?
Yes.
Welcome.
Thanks for coming
Welcome.
in. How are you?
Doing all right. How you ladies doing?
Great. So we have so our names a few weeks ago we had a night under the stars. So we each named a star that's within us. So we have Miss Everlasting Star. I'm gonna say in my top left corner, Miss Selfie and Miss Iridescent Star. Welcome, Jeremy, new to the group.
Hello. How y'all doing?
Great. So before the end, so we in here for an hour. So for me, it's until 9 o'clock. So before our Zoom ends, Jeremy, I would like for you to be thinking about the name of your star and what that represents. To you, what you exude out into the world, what people see when they see you. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Great. So tonight we welcome to Moon Monday. Yes.
Monday.
Moon Monday. So the last time we were together, we were under the stars. Oh wait, I have to pay attention to who's coming in the chat. Miss Harmony is coming on in. I'm gonna have me a tripod. I need y'all to touch and agree with me, so I will not have to hold this phone in my hand. Please, I will have a tripod. I don't try to prop it up on so many different.
Real.
Yes, I don't had it propped up on so many things. It just keeps sliding down. So I'm gonna just hold it. So the last time we met,
Miss Infinite Abundantly.
huh?
5 and below.
I haven't seen a 5 and below in so long. You're
no.
right.
I'm sorry.
Because I'm in Delaware. I'm from Jersey, so I'm not like I have to see where one is. But thank you for that because I totally forgot about that. Okay, so the last time we met, we enjoyed a night under the stars. We unlocked our stardom and gave a name to the star within us. Right. Last week with Miss Nash, professor teacher,
Miss Harmony, the message, y'all.
yes, better known as Miss Harmony, gave us Titanium Thursday, where we tapped into our strength, our power, the sun, so to speak, in us, the sun, the sun in us. On this Monday, we are bringing balance with the moon, which technically is a full day.
Is that balance?
Balance.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Last on Thursday, Miss Harmony brought us the sun. Tonight, I'm bringing you the moon. So technically, that's a full day. You know?
Yes. I love it.
Yes, which also is like a complete cycle.
Yes.
So, okay. The moon influences each day of the week, if you guys didn't know, is ruled by a different planet. Each planet has its own energy. Monday being named for the moon, where we get Monday from. The moon influences our emotions, which aids in our intuition. Monday is a good day for journaling, setting intentions, moon gazing, because the moon is a good power source for our intuition. Both the moon and the sun embody similar characteristics that we do. So my first question to everyone in the room, when you think, and you can take your time to, to ponder, when you think of the moon, what do you feel? Which characteristics do you identify with? And even if you don't identify with them right now, being as tonight is a good night for setting intentions, it's a great night to speak things into existence that we expect. Okay? Okay?
Come on, girl. I'm ready for this.
I love that.
I love that.
I'm
Jeremy over there cheesing like a chess cat, excited.
Yes, I love it. I love it.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. I was writing down. You said Monday is good for journaling. It's one of the things I've been trying to do a little bit more often. So
Good.
definitely.
Good. And I mean, of course, any
Can
day.
I first welcome Jeremy?
Yeah.
I'm just so excited to see a man in the group. Come on. Yes.
Hello.
Welcome, Jeremy. I am Miss Nash, but my star name is Hermione the Messenger. So It is a pleasure to have you. I'm so excited to have another man
Hermione
joining us. You're the second man. So the second of many more. Hello.
Yes. And we also had Miss Blazing Peace come in while I was speaking. Miss Blazing Peace, welcome Jeremy, and Authentic Ari just tapped in. Welcome,
Hello,
guys,
everybody.
ladies and gentlemen. Isn't this exciting?
It is. I just want to say this because I know Miss I am, but I just want to share this. Ari is a new one of my meditation clients, okay? And Jeremy is her friend. She invited Jeremy here tonight.
Yes.
With us, so everybody,
Welcome. All the
you.
love.
It's a pleasure to have both of y'all.
All the love.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
So before you guys came in, or during your entrance into the room, I want to welcome everyone to Moon Monday. Every Monday and Thursday, whoever is co-hosting, you give what your heart's desire. You speak on what God puts on your heart to speak on. And last Thursday, Miss Harmony was a co-host, and she brought us Titanium Thursday. And what do you think of? What comes to you? I'm gonna just ask you, Ari and Jeremy, because you guys weren't with us last week. But what do you think about when you hear titanium? What does that feel like to you?
Yes.
When I hear Titanium, it's Titanium Thursday.
It was last week.
Okay. Okay. When I hear Titanium, it reminds me of that one song by Sia, Titanium.
Yes.
So it kind of gives off Invincible. Or that, something like that,
Invincible.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes, that's great.
Bulletproof is what they said. So.
Bulletproof?
Yes.
Yes. That's right.
Okay. Authentic Ari, what do you feel when you hear the word titanium?
Ooh, you know how they can say power packed? That's what I feel. Titanium is like something that's coming that's going to be massive, that's going to be altering, that's something that's I'm sorry, y'all, my baby. But no, I just feel like it's something very, very powerful because it sounds moving. That's what it sounds like.
Yes. Thank you. And both are great in different perspectives than what we had last week. So we welcome your perspective and your input 100%. Thank you for sharing that. So when you guys were coming in, I
those
posed
were
the
great answers. Those were great answers.
yes. When you guys were coming into the room, I posed the question, when you think of the moon, what do you feel? If you close your eyes and just picture the moon, what does that feel like to you? And which characteristics do you identify with? And even if you don't identify with them right now, even the characteristics that you give, you feel you don't embody right now, because tonight is a good night to set your intentions. It's a Glitter Bay in the house.
Glitter Bay.
Wow. Welcome on in.
Hey.
Welcome on in.
Welcome in, baby.
Yes, I'm gonna let her get situated.
Oh God, you guys.
Yes, get a camera stuff situated. I'm gonna go move forward with the question. Yes, how do you identify with those characteristics? One, what characteristics do you feel, and how do you identify, and do you identify with those characteristics of the moon? So I'm going to start on my top left corner, which is Everlasting Star. Which characteristics do you identify with? And when you think of the moon, how does it make you feel? And do you identify with those characteristics?
Well, the characteristic that comes to my mind, the word that I see is illuminating. I see the moon is illuminating. What I get from I'm gonna just give that one word, illuminating, okay? And what I can see from when I think of illuminating the moon, I think of the cow jumped over the moon. Okay, that's just where I'm at right now.
Okay, give it.
So I get the cow jumped over the moon, illuminating, like and my characteristic, I feel like illuminating, because even in a dark setting, it's like I characterize with being the light in the dark. In the darkness, even whether it's of your mind, it's either of a place, wherever it's said, I feel like I am illuminating. I'm able to be seen without having to be saying anything. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what I got. Illuminating. Illuminating silence.
Illuminating silence.
Because the moon, it doesn't make a sound when it's transferring from the sun to the moon. You don't hear the sound of it. You know what I'm saying? You just see the different lights that switch, but it's still light.
Yes, I love that. And thank you for sharing that. Miss Glitter Bay, when you get a chance, can we see your beautiful face? We miss you, girl.
I am trying.
Okay.
You can hit the button where Glitter Bay name at, and then you can hit the camera and it'll request for her to hit the picture. Sometimes it goes like that. Hit her name on your side where it's participants, and then it say ask to turn the camera on, and then it'll hit like that.
Okay, let me see.
Oh, no, wait. I gotta update my app. I'll be right back, you guys, okay?
Okay. Okay, so
and just to let you guys know before you start, I may have to pop out for a minute, but I'll pop back in.
Okay, cool. Thank you for letting us know.
Pop back in, because I can't take my phone.
Okay. And Miss Selfie.
So can I answer my side real quick before I do that?
You can.
Already about to pull in. Okay, so for me, I'm sorry, I don't mean to take over, but
no,
I just want to make sure I get my answer in real quick.
Okay.
So for me, when I think about the moon, I'm gonna kind of piggyback off of what Kai said. I do feel that it's illuminating, but I also feel that it's cleansing. Like it's a cleansing for me. When I think of the moon, the characteristics that I feel is rebirth. You know what I'm saying? Not just in illuminating, but also enlightening. You know what I'm saying? It's just enlightening. It's a refreshing. You know, especially when the moon is new and it's full. It's just and because it's my, the moon is tied to my sign as well by me being a Pisces. So
me too, being a Cancer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's what I think of when I think of the moon. That it's enlightening. It's about rebirth. It's about cleansing. It's about you know, just like how she says, shining a light, being the light in the darkness. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Bringing a refreshing a sense of refreshing. Like it's a refreshing feeling too. So that's what it is for me.
Yeah.
And I'm about to go into this little place and get my little woo woo, and I'll be
I
back.
knew
Okay.
you was at that woo woo. I knew you was at that woo woo.
Okay. Thank you for sharing, Miss
All right.
Armani. Enjoy.
Thank
Do
you.
enjoy. And I don't know, my phone keeps asking me to restart my system. Something I keep clicking wait versus close the app. So should it do its own thing? I'm gonna go out and be right back. I don't know. I keep clicking wait versus close the app, because why are you doing that right now? Okay, Miss Iridescent, what do you feel when you think of the moon? What do you feel, and which characteristics do you identify with?
When I think of the moon, I think of goddess energy, and that's the emotion that I feel. Like I'll look up at her, we'll have conversations,
Yeah.
We'll talk. I give gratitude to her for reflecting such a awesome light and also shining her home. That's just me.
Yeah.
I was a night owl, and so just moon gazing has been like a whole thing. Like I enjoy it. I love looking up at the stars and trying to pick out certain constellations and whatnot. And of course, the moon's always helpful in trying to find certain planets when they are visible in the sky during certain parts of the year. And so I it's part of the guide to be able to see some of our near planets and whatnot. And so the emotion that I feel with her is definitely goddess energy. And she reminds me that even in the darkness you still shine, because on times of the month, you can't really see her out there in the sky, but she's there. So
yes, come on, girl.
Yes.
Come on, lady.
Yes. Yes, that
That's
is beautiful. That's beautiful. Yes. Thank you for sharing that. Jeremy, are you
Yes, ma'am.
prepared? Okay. What do you think of when you think of the moon? How do you feel, and which characteristics do you identify with?
Well, when I think of the moon, like just like Hermione said before she had to pop off for a little bit, rebirth was one of the first things that really did come to mind. But it was really a lot of things: rebirth, change, in water as well. And like you as well, I'm a Cancer as well, so
Okay.
I do resonate a lot of things that we could be all day here with the moon. But main things that was really speaking to me right now was like, with the moon cycles, how it continues over and over and over again. And sometimes me and Ari even be talking about how it that continuation is just like a destruction for reconstruction. It just brings things new. Emotional things. Emotions. I was really thinking with like emotional phases. You know how us cancers we go through. They say we go through a million moves a second and everything like that.
Yes.
And
Yes.
that's how the moon works. It goes through so many phases, and before you know it, it's done and it's moving on to the next cycle again.
Yes.
And I kind of got like shedding with that. Um,
Ooh.
uh, Shedding mainly like kind of, and for respect to my ladies as well, that's kind of goes to the moon cycle. With like shedding of the womb as well. But
Yes.
main thing that was really speaking to me, because when everyone said, they think of light in the darkness, and I was like, I love that because reflection was a real big thing with the moon that was really speaking to me, because we love giving the sun its props, but the
Yes.
moon reflects that light like nobody else. Like,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
it's light reflection, in that darkness. So, and a lot of things with like cancer signs, they say they're mirrors. That's why a lot of people don't like them, because they're mirrors. But
Okay.
but,
Keep trying to
but
get
that was
in. Do
one
you
thing
see
that was
Tonka
that's
Toy?
sticking to me.
You don't see Tonka Toy clicking in?
Uh-uh.
But she says she trying. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jeremy. I just got a
No,
message.
You are just fine, but that's really my wrap up right there. Reflection was the biggest thing that really like ended it off for
Reflection.
me. Like I'm yeah.
I love these responses. This is really great. Thank you so much for sharing that. And each and I wonder if I'm not seeing it because I keep clicking this wait instead of closing the app. I don't want to go.
That's okay. If you gotta click out, we ain't gonna go nowhere. We gonna wait on you still, okay? So if you
Okay.
got to, then go ahead and then hit the close and then just kick it back in.
Make yourself before she goes, make yourself like if you're still part of the host, you're still everlasting. You're still
So it's going to keep the Zoom up, right?
Yeah.
okay.
Okay. All right. I'm going to move on to Blaze and Peace, and then I'll see what happens. It may not make me go anywhere. I don't know.
Yep, I can't see it. Bringing her in. I can't see making myself the host no more. Let me see. Maybe.
Well, before you go in infinitely abundant, try to make everlasting a host.
Where did she go?
She went out to come back in.
Here she comes.
That's what you're supposed to be doing.
Wow. Right. Well, Blaze and Peace, do you have the question?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
What I think about the moon, when I see the moon, I think of steel.
Wow.
I think of steel and I think of glowing. I think of you can become one with yourself if you just sit there and gaze and talk and engage with it. But I just think of steel.
That is good. That's good. Because it does have that, like, to look at it, it does look gray or silver.
Mm-hmm.
To look at it. Wow. Okay. And do you
colored steel, or I was hearing STILL, like still waters, like be still.
It's like
metal.
Which one?
It's
metal.
the steel.
Oh, okay. I was just curious because my brain
it's like
be
steel, but it's also a steel. Peace be still, because it's a steel at that moment in time. It is steel, but if you look at the colors of it, it can remind you of something steel.
Listen. What?
That's
good. That's good. That's good. Oh, thank you so much for sharing that. We have someone new in the room, superstar.
Period.
We have Miss Selfie, Miss Iridescent. We have two new beautiful souls in with us tonight. Jeremy, Authentic Ari, Blaze and Peace, and Everlasting Star. They're not new, but you know what I'm saying.
Hello, and welcome.
Yes. So tonight welcome to Moon Monday. Superstar. We are last Thursday, with Hermione, we talked about it was Titanium Thursday.
I missed it.
Oh, okay. Well, last week was Titanium Thursday, and we were able to tap into our strength and our power.
Yes.
Which represents like the sun in us, the SUN. So tonight we are bringing balance to what she talked about, and I'm bringing you the moon. So I said, which is really like a complete day. She brought the sun, I bring the moon. So we're talking about characteristics of the moon. Some people said illuminating, still, STILL and STEEL. The water, reflection. We had a lot of great responses. And so I'm asking, when you think of the moon, what do you feel? And which characteristics do you identify with when it comes to the moon?
First, light. God said, let there be light.
And that was one, too. I don't know how I missed that. Yeah.
That is still a form of light. Even in the night, it lights the path. Coolness and calm. There's something so soothing about just moon gazing.
Yes. Okay, we got Miss Glitter Bay coming back in. Yes. And so do you identify with any of those characteristics of the moon?
All of them.
Okay.
And more so when I'm actually moon gazing, I feel connected to the moon.
Yes.
Just like I feel connected to the sun when I sun gaze.
Yes, that's great.
And
So
it's
we
like
said, oh, go ahead.
it's like a meditation for me. And it kind of it enhances my meditations.
Yes, and that's one thing that I stated in the beginning is that the moon influences our emotions. Our emotions aid in strengthening our intuition. Moon gazing is, something great to do on a Monday. So also, in the beginning, I don't know if you're aware, each day is ruled by a different planet. Each planet has its own energies and the things that it governs. And the moon governs the water, as Jeremy said. It is referenced a lot of times as the mother planet. So, Jeremy and I are cancers. Go. I ain't gonna say who's the best, but
And Kathy Brown.
Hey, what?
Yeah.
What? Go Cancer Gang. Okay. So yeah, this is really great. So I'm gonna move on to
You
y'all
didn't get
keep moving.
Iris.
Well, one more thing.
You didn't
Iris
get
is a
Iris
Cancer?
on moon. Remember
Oh,
when you
Because
said
everybody keeps
More
F
of it.
Iris, but then
Sorry.
you
For
missed. I mean,
yourself. I'm sorry.
because everybody keeps shifting. I started just doing it square by square, but everybody keeps moving around.
Yep, you missed
And one more
Iris and
thing.
Ari and you.
Okay.
One more thing, guys. It's ironic. I say ironic. We're not going to do that. Nothing but God, our connectivity. Just so happened Thursday, and when you guys were talking about the sun, that's the one time on my trip that I didn't get to see the sun set. But y'all made the sun rise in GTTW.
Okay.
Okay.
Because we are connected just like that. Just like that. Okay, I don't want to I'm gonna go to Miss Selfie. I apologize if I went out of order, but everybody is like scrambled now.
You good, sister. It's okay. It's okay. I got a quick answer. I wrote it down really good. I feel rest. The soft white glow is calming, relaxing. Yeah, you can still feel the power from the way it lights up the sky. Without it, we would be in total darkness. When I think about the moon, I feel protected.
That is good. Protection. That's
Iris coming through with the bone nose.
All that to be said, okay?
Yeah, she said I wrote it down real good.
Okay, with the bone nose.
Thank you so much for sharing. Authentic Ari, how do you feel when you think of the moon?
So, two people had already checked off some of the stuff that I had wrote down. So, the goddess that said stillness, check. The goddess that said calmness, check. Now, we're going to switch it up a little bit. We're going to switch it up. So, I wrote down coverings with an arrow pointed to roots. Okay. Depthness of darkness, and shadows, aka shadow work. Some not always gonna be able to grow in the light. Sometimes you gotta go to the back in the depths, in the darkness. You have to go and address those things that are somewhat stifling, if that's the word. And when I think of the moon, it gives me a sense of tranquility because of the simple fact that I'm at peace, but at the same time, I feel like the moon is a light, like the other lady said, because it still guides us. But you can also have different types of growth. You can grow differently in the sun, and you can grow differently in the dark. Your roots are in the ground. Okay. So when I think of the moon, I said, okay, how many times do the greenery of Mother Earth and Mother Nature benefit from the moon, from the sunlight of the moon? You get what I'm saying? Because the moon has healing properties that the sun doesn't.
Yes, ma'am.
Facts. Period.
If you don't get out my head, because when you started talking, I started thinking about plants that can't flourish in too much sunlight. They need the shade. Thus, the opposite side will be the moon. Right, guys, come through.
And also, I wanted to, because I mentioned it to Jeremy, but Ari, you weren't in here yet. our names that are on our squares, the last time we were together, meaning the last time that I was a co-host, we enjoyed the night under the stars, which we named our stars, the stars within us. So before our hour of power is up, I would love for you to be able to name a star, to name your star, to name yourself, and what you illuminate and exude out, what people see, you know, in you, what you want people to feel or to know about you, the same way we look up at the stars in the sky. Okay? All right, same with you, OG Glitter Bay.
Period. OG Glitter Bay. I'm so
looking gorgeous.
Yes. Okay, we want to move to you if you're ready.
Me? I'm up?
Yes.
Oh, God.
Yes.
Okay. We're not going to talk about my background with what you guys are talking about.
Okay, I love it. I love it.
Okay, so would you repeat the question?
Sure. When you think of the moon, what do you feel? And which characteristics do you identify with?
Mainly, I feel peaceful, that calm, serenity that you get when you're by yourself and it's quiet. And, you know, you're just resting, you're relaxed, and you're happy. You know, I feel that. And then I feel like I can be a little more hidden. You know, I don't feel like I have to be out in the world and talking to people maybe I don't want to talk to, that kind of thing. And I appreciate that I can share those qualities with other people too. Like if they need that, they could call me or they could come over. Or, you know, if they need to feel peaceful, maybe they're having like a crazy day or morning or whatever, you know, they could call me or text me or send a Facebook or, you know, on anything, just real quick.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I'll be y'all's little moonbeam, don't worry.
Okay. Peaceful, serenity, and hidden. Okay.
That hiddenness, that covering.
But it's like hiding in plain sight, if that makes sense. Like you see the moon, you're aware of it, but if you look away, it's still there. You know what I mean? So that kind of thing.
And as I don't know if everyone is writing these, you know, jotting these down. You know, I talked about Thursday being Titanium Thursday and talking about the sun side of us, the strength, the power, you know, that we exude. And this is the flip side of that. And everything on this list are characteristics that we should be, you know, embodying and exuding each one. Even with water, I put in parentheses flow. Because, you know, that's how we, you know, should be aspiring to just flow through life and go with the flow of things and not, you know, go in the opposite way because a situation may, you know, be uncomfortable, feel uncomfortable, just turn and go with it. You know, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Abraham Hicks, but she says, like the path of least resistance is going with the flow. Yep. So I'll give. Me too. I haven't listened to him in a while, but I do also. So the couple of characteristics that I jotted down was softness, delicate, guiding, and subtle.
That guiding hit different too. Yeah, that sounds good.
Yes, that guiding light at night. So, like Jeremy stated, there are cycles that the moon goes through. There are 8 different cycles. As we go through cycles in life, I can name the cycles if you want. I don't have to, but I did write them down. But the most obvious and acknowledged phases of the moon are the full moon and the new moon. And probably because the spotlight is, you know, the spotlight of the sun is directly shining on the moon. So those are the 2, you know, if you have 8 phases and only 2 out of the 8 are the most acknowledged because you know, it's the biggest in the moon, it's the most obvious. So the next question is, in your newness and in your fullness of who you are, what are the most obvious steps you've taken towards growth? Can you give a scenario that you faced before and you handled it one way, and now that's scenario has come back around and you've been able to handle it differently and you see the growth in yourself. So I'm going to start with Miss Sophie because she's on that top left corner.
Yes, ma'am.
And nobody moves, so nobody get hurt.
In the fullness of who I am, what is the most obvious steps that I've taken in my growth?
Towards growth.
Towards growth. Okay. Yeah. I have truly learned to listen more and I'm really slow to respond to certain things, especially things that have a lot of energy attached to them, you know, like negative energy per se. That listening, slow to respond, meditating, breathing, reading my Bible, watching my sermons. All of this has played a big part in my growth. All of it just kind of has encompassed me. Ain't no going back.
Okay.
Man.
Okay. Can you give a scenario? Is there a scenario situation?
Okay, I'll give you one. All areas, but more so with like my relationships, familyship, friendships, things like that, and even acquaintanceships.
Some of them had to sink. Some of them had to sink.
Yeah.
Float on by.
Yes.
Relationships definitely for me.
Okay. Thank you for sharing. Miss Iridescent. In your newness and fullness of who you are, what are the most obvious steps that you've taken, that you've made towards your growth?
The most obvious steps I've made towards my growth will definitely be my routines, my wake up routine and my nighttime routine, and also saying no when it doesn't align with my goals. And so sticking with my routine has helped me get to my new job that I've been working on time and actually early, because like I told you here, I'm an night owl. I'm now an early bird. It took a lot of training myself to do so, which included having a nighttime routine because my nighttime routine affected my wake up routine. So for that, it made it a lot easier to have a wake up routine by preparing the night before and setting the intention that I'm not going to hit snooze. And if I do hit snooze, it's only going to be one time.
Okay.
That grace, and then sticking to a specific example of me saying no when it doesn't align with my goals. Right now, my money goals for certain stuff, I always do, but currently bigger goal now. And so my sister and her friends had invited me to a birthday gathering. They were doing a whole weekend thing, and of course I had already budgeted for the month what I was doing on extracurricular activities, and they had a couple of things they were doing, and I was like, I can do one of those, but I'm not doing both. And they're like, well, no, maybe you didn't hear me.
Okay.
I'm okay for the free version. You got a free version of whatever you're doing. And it worked out because even the free version ended up maxing out my extracurricular activities budget. And I was so glad that I did say yes to the whole thing because I would have went way over.
Come on, Alicia.
And what did the pastor that you sent me last night, Kai, he said, saying no, not negotiate. Like this is non-negotiable. Wasn't that the guy who had the locks or something? He says being able to say no more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even with the lump in your throat and shaking knees because it's uncomfortable for you to do. You got to do it. You got to do it, and that's
once that $20 parking hit, I was like, ooh. Hold on. I did not budget for $20 parking.
Right.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Let's welcome in Queen Tawana entering into the room.
Hey, Queen Tawana.
Queen Tawana.
Yes,
Miss your face.
We got a full house tonight. I love it.
Here we go.
Hi, Queen.
Yes, we have two new beautiful souls with us tonight. Authentic Ari and Jeremy.
Hello.
Joining us tonight. So, welcome to Moon Monday, Queen Tawana. Welcome to Moon Monday.
Moon Monday.
Yes, where we are discussing the different characteristics of the moon and how we identify with the moon, the different cycles that the moon goes through, as do we as in this human flesh go through cycles in life. And right now I posed the question, the moon goes through 8 different cycles within a month. And the two most obvious and acknowledged phases of the moon are the new moon and the full moon, because the spotlight of the sun is so obvious and bright on the whole moon. So in your newness and fullness of who you are, because you just came in, I'll just ask you this question if you don't mind. What steps have you taken? What obvious steps have you taken? Have you made towards your growth? And would you give a scenario that you faced and handled it one way, and now in your growth you handle it a new way?
I'm more quiet now in this phase of my life, with everything, and I sit in it. Like right now, my mom, she just had a stroke and they want to do surgery. So with me being the youngest, I'm the one to take charge. Even though I'm the youngest, I will always take charge. But now I fall back, and I've learned that she had 7 kids. So even though I take charge and they allow me to take charge, I let everybody know that your voice is important. So I fall back and become a part of the group versus the leader of the group. Yeah, so
that is important. I love that.
I respect that.
Yeah. Which is important. And everyone knowing that they have a voice is as important, because it can be very easy to just like, oh, she want to leave, go ahead and let her, take it. They may have thoughts or concerns, but they feel like, if you're taking the lead, then just going ahead versus becoming a part of the group and letting them know that their voice is important. That's great.
That's good. I needed to hear that, Queen Tawana. You always inspire me, because I was that family member that would just sit back and hold it. And my dad told me right before he passed, he said, baby, people don't know how you feel if you don't tell them.
That's true.
They don't know how they make you feel if you don't tell them. But if they know what they're doing when you tell them, now they know what they up to. But speak up. That's the last word my dad gave me. But I appreciate you for that.
Yeah, because when my mom had her last stroke, she was telling my siblings, because she didn't think that she was going to make it. So she was like, well, she's the strong one, so you guys just go with her. But I'm like, that's not fair to me, because then that puts a lot of pressure on me also. So now, just to make the conscious decision to allow everybody's voice to be heard, because she's all of our moms, not just mine. Even though I don't mind doing a thing, I shouldn't have to.
Yeah.
Right.
Thank you. That's good, girl.
Yeah, that's real. That's real. Thank you so much for sharing that. We have about like 15 more minutes.
Girl, let's take 45. We got plenty of people in here. 8:30, we could be done. We could wrap it up at 8:30. If that's fine with you guys, that's all I'm just saying. I ain't got nothing to do with it 8:30. Okay.
Okay, I'm great with that. Okay, so I'm gonna, of course, everybody's shifted around, so I'm gonna go with Miss Blazing Peace because she's in the top left corner. Who do you in your newness and fullness, Miss Blazing Peace? What obvious steps have you taken in your growth, and are you able to provide a scenario?
Yes, baby. Let me tell you. My obvious steps I've been taking is I'm put God first. Before I do anything, I put him first. And baby, my meditations, ooh-wee. It's a beautiful thing.
Girl, you over there breathing, girl.
You hear her breathing still while she's talking. I ain't thinking she was too. I'm
breathing. And when I breathe, all I can think of is in through my heart, out through my heart, in through my heart, out through my heart. I be at work and I got the because I was around here scatterbrain, you know, like you scramble your eggs up in a pan. That was me. that was me. But since I learned how to, I've been paying attention. I learned how to do my emotions. I learned to handle things different. And breathing and accounting, baby.
Yeah. Miss Armani, can you mute yourself, please? Miss Armani.
I heard you. I'm doing it. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Okay.
But my meditation has did wonders for me. And plus me getting back into the word and reading and getting my understanding. Oh, baby. But yes, it has saved a lot of things because I quit my job a long time ago.
Yes.
And I like cuss not everybody, but I learned to train my mouth not to cuss so much. I've been doing good. I mean, it changes a lot. I mean, I had bad mouth. I cussed. I mean, I cussed a lot. Every word was a cuss word. And I felt like I was supposed to be heard and I got to say it. And when I say it, I didn't care about your feelings. But now I sit back and I take time out and I think. So that breathing and that count from that 100 to backwards, I'd be like, and everybody be looking at me like, but you'll be, I said, yeah, that's the old me. I said, but the new me, I ain't got to fight y'all no more because I already know who my daddy is. He got
Come on.
Okay.
So that's been wonders in my life, baby. And let me tell you, that's why I be sitting up here. That's why I say blazing peace, because that's all it is.
Yes,
come on, blazing peace.
And tell them don't look for me where I used to be. That's where the dead is. I am living in somewhere far beyond where you think where you left me at. I'm not there no more.
That ain't me no more. I used to be that
but you still can get burnt because she blazing.
Okay.
You know
now.
Very
she ain't forgot how to burn it.
But very silently.
She just controls it now.
That's it. Can't let it come out all the time.
Y'all, I'm gonna tell you what you do, and this is the most dangerous thing that people don't realize. When you let go and let God fight your battles, that's the most dangerous place a person can be in. Because if you know me, you know what I'm going to say to you, so you know what to expect. But how do you expect the unexpected when you don't know where it's coming from and how it's coming to you? That's a dangerous place to be in.
That's what you say. Don't touch my anointing. Don't you bother my baby.
Come on.
Leave her alone. Don't make me spank you. Because everybody get their spanked. I just sit back and watch.
Okay. Don't have to lift a finger. Thank you so much for that. Miss Authentic Ari, you're up next.
Okay. Sit down. Don't go. So I wrote first and foremost, denied access. Guess what? I'm not everybody in my field because working, serving, overstimulated. I have been.
It's going in and out a little bit. It's going
I was gonna say, I don't know if it's just me or not.
Oh, was that me?
Glitter Bay. All right, Glitter Bay. It's feedback coming in from something.
See, Glitter Bay.
Okay. All right, we ready.
I think it's several people having interference because I hear it with more than one person talking, even if people mute it.
Oh, okay. Let me see. Let me put my mute too, because I got these cars passing by.
Okay. So do I repeat my?
Be still.
Okay, I repeat my answers. Okay, so the first thing that I said was denied access, because a lot of people do not have access to me and the new version of me because you don't deserve it. You get what I'm saying? The next thing that I've been able to do is create and establish better boundaries, not only for myself, but for my kids. You can't just pop up in my house. We don't go any and everywhere when somebody invites us. That's an automatic no. I've also realized what my non-negotiables were. My non-negotiables now are a lot more in-depth and a lot more catered to versus what they were when I didn't have boundaries. Investments. Hey baby. Investments. I'm in class. Investments with an arrow towards my spirituality. Just like I told Coach this morning, I have paid so much money for people to just take it, not be authentic. I have not stopped looking for a mentor. I've been looking for another sacred space like this one, and I finally found it. You get what I'm saying? And that goes off what Coach said, trial and error. And for me to not be discouraged upon each hardship and each trial and each denied access, because now I'm learning denied access or rejection is God's protection. I can't be upset if I hit a roadblock. I can't be upset if things go wrong and the desired outcome is not even near what I expect it to be. And then another thing that I wrote down was what a few other ladies had said. I'm gearing my morning routine and my night routine. I'm changing. I'm being more consistent when it comes to creating a routine for myself. And I'm a newbie with meditation. So that's me and my answers.
Yes. I love all of that. All of that is very important. Denying access is protecting your peace of mind, and for your children. That's like, it's really good. These are all things that are necessary for all of us to do. Kyle and I were talking earlier about, if we are renewing our mind and we're being renewed daily, the things of old shouldn't work anymore during this cycle, this phase of life. It should be like in the becoming of, we're being made new, so the things around us should be elevating also. Yes, that is good. Thank you so much, Authentic Ari, for sharing. Everlasting Star.
It's my turn. It's my turn. Good.
It's your turn. Do you need me to repeat the question, or are you good?
I wrote it down. I had a little time, So the things that that's helped me grow and change me was letting God lead me. Just like Alicia, I'm getting this nightly routine thing down. But I get my nightly routine really is like going to bed before 10, 11, like that, not to be up late at night, even if I got to put a meditation sound, something on, because my routine is to get up earlier, because I had a thing about thinking that the day is going fast and things is happening and I ain't got enough time. So that mentality of, if you don't feel you got enough time, get up earlier, and I like that my routine, my get up earlier, talk to God, let God have my first 10%, Now I'm not talking like the 10% in the tithing. I'm talking about in the Bible. I got the 10% of my day, my first day. I don't have to talk to nobody. I don't grab that cell phone needing to look up a message, or I have to connect with God, connect with heaven, and outside of myself before I get to go into the world. So, and with that alone, meditation helped me. Meditation, breathing, praying, love, and listening. This has been a part of my growth process. And for an example, to say, when I was before I met y'all, and how I was suicidal thoughts, thoughts could just get my mind right. I just couldn't get that, I couldn't sleep right. I couldn't think right, eat right. Everything made me angry. I found anger in everything. So until I was able to breathe and meditate and learn how to see love, find the love and the peace within myself, that's the only way that I was able to grow like this, and then not being scared to meet people, not like we say in our old ways, and how my old ways was, I had old friends that did old shit and old things. I couldn't take that into my new self. So I have to be open to see different people and meet different people and see the beauty in even hell and even in the darkness of people. So that's helped me grow. My daily routine, letting God lead me first, has been the most amazing thing that I could have ever possibly did in my life. Talking to God, getting up early, like before I say anything, God, go first ahead of me. You just go ahead and do your thing. Having that personal, intimate connection with God to where nobody would understand, whether I'm cursing, whether I'm saying whatever I'm saying. It doesn't matter what anybody on the outside says. My personal connection is with God. He understands me. He knows I got to scream. I get to cuss. I get to say these things. You know what I'm saying? Because he need me that way. Because if I'm perfect, he can't help me. You know what I'm saying? So knowing that it's okay to be perfect, not be having it,
I want to, first of all, thank you so much for that. And I'm glad you ended with saying perfect, because the world has really given that word, I feel, the wrong meaning. Because I kept feeling like, what is this perfect thing that everybody compares themselves to say they're not that? Like, there's nothing on this planet or beyond that we can say, like, what is it? And then I feel like God just dropped it in my spirit. Perfect is complete. It's really just it's just the wholeness, the fullness. It's like, because like how the world does, it always makes you feel like you're comparing to something. If God created you in fullness and in an image of Him, then what is perfection if it's not that?
Then you perfect.
You know what I'm saying? You're whole and complete just as you are. And just like you said, the way that you have been fashioned, people need that delivery that way. Some people would need that. The Bible calls it being admonishing, when you're speaking out of love, but from a place of like, yo, get your shit together, okay? Like, people need to hear like that. They can't take the softness, because it don't really penetrate their heart the way that that delivery does. So I feel like being free to be you and doing what's on your heart to be is exactly who you're meant to be. Not striving to be something that's like perfection is like, what is that? That doesn't even exist. It exists in what God does, you know what I'm saying, in the atmosphere and in us, but it's not in the way that the world presents it to mean something like everybody has everything together, all their hair, all their, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, I don't know. It just gives us a false sense of that we don't need to strive to be, But thank you so much for sharing that, Miss Everlasting Star. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Hopefully, okay. Superstar.
Yes, ma'am. I'm about to jump on what you said right quick.
Okay.
It's the thing I always say, and I had wrote it on my paper. And we was talking about perfection. My imperfections make me perfect, because God made me like Him, and He don't make mistakes.
Right.
So who is the world? Who is the world to give us the definition of anything?
Okay.
If I'm bald headed, God didn't mean for me to have hair. I'm perfect the way He made me. Damn.
Okay.
In my fullness and growth, I learned to be still. I learned through meditation to slow my mind down, because my mind was going 1,000 miles a minute, and my body felt the need to try to keep up, and it was burning me out. But through meditation, it leveled me off. And in learning to be still. Whew. Jesus, thank you, Lord. Learning to be still. I could hear God more clearly. I could discern his voice from all the other noise. In a crowded room with a lot of different energies, I could pick his voice out and just focus on that, feel connected and grounded when I just want to scream. I learned to use my free pause. During meditation, with Kaisha, I said to her one day, I said, breathing is a free pause. If you stop to breathe before you respond to somebody, you can stay in control of that conversation because they can't force you in a corner. You get to choose what you respond to and not respond to. So take as many breaths as you need to take to stay in control and not let that devil pull you in the direction it wants you to go. And stay focused on the way God intends for you to go if you just be still, take a beat, take a breath, and be obedient and move in the way God will have you move. And a wise young lady once told me, I didn't get it then, but I get it now. I ain't gonna call her Queen Tawana name, but I don't even try to do everything no more. I be like, no, I'm good. I'll pass. Y'all have fun. That ain't for me.
That's right. Come on, man.
And the most important thing, y'all, in my stillness that I can really, really appreciate, Taisha always says, learn to be in the moment. Y'all, I can honestly say I have learned to be in the moment as to not miss a moment. I was in Key West a whole week and y'all ain't see me post nothing on Facebook till I got on the airplane to come back here. And I still ain't posted nothing else. Somebody asked me, where are the pictures? I said, they coming. They in my phone. I ain't in no hurry. Today is my sister's day. Today is her day. She transitioned 11 years ago today on her granddaughter's birthday. So my niece's birthday today. And I'm just enjoying life. Like I said, I'll be 53 next month. I've been alive for almost 53 years, but I can honestly say I just learned to start living when I learned to meditate.
Come on.
And let God be in control. That's it. That's all. Relax, relate, and release.
Yes. Those three R's. Yes. Yes. Thank you so much for sharing that, superstar. Stillness, meditation seems like the common thread, for growth. I'm gonna just put that out there. Jeremy, you're up next.
Jeremy, you up next. I want to call your name, Jeremy. Okay, I love it.
Did I spell it right? Jeremy. Okay.
Yes.
You're good. You're good. Do me a favor. Repeat the question for me one more time.
Yep. In your newness, in the fullness of who you are, what are the most obvious steps you've made towards your growth? And if you're able to give a scenario of a situation you've experienced before and handled it one way, and now in your becoming, the same scenario comes around and you've handled it differently. Yes, handle it differently.
Gotcha. One of some of the most obvious steps I've taken into my growth, really was like what I write down? Withholding my presence. Withholding my presence, getting a little bit more in tune with just paying attention to where your spirit should be, where it should, or where it has value. Where does your spirit have value? What spaces are you where spaces are you letting yourself be at? That is it pouring into you or is it just taking and that's it? One of the things that I really identified with was when Blazing Blazing Peace was talking about concerning God first, and that was one of the real big things that's really like resonate with me in this era of my life right now, is really just being content with, if I need to ask my father first, I'm gonna do that. And so before making a choice concerning what it has for me. Um one of the yeah, one of the scenario well one of the I can give you a lot of scenarios. A lot of scenarios have kind of been same, like we was talking about. You will learn some of the same, you will be taught some of the same lessons over and over until you get it. I feel like one of mine was workaholic. Um, Really, it was like um being still and just getting in tune with the idea. If I don't want to do it, I don't want to do it. And I don't have to explain myself. I don't have to do the work to try to over explain myself to, um to try to justify why I'm uncomfortable, or justify why I feel like spirit is telling me this isn't for you anymore. I know you don't like to be in the person to start something and quit. I know whatever you try to put your mind to, you like to finish it. But some things God only wanted you in that space for that point of time. And you're done. You're done. You go rest. You go rest. So that's one of the things that's kind of been speaking to me. With my obvious steps that's kind of lead me to my growth. Like what? Because and I say like a kind of I can give you a lot of scenarios, because like with the workaholic thing, a lot of it was like pertaining to whatever jobs or whatever career I was pursuing at that point. And and I would like to say, like, as young as I am, I really feel like a lot of messages God tries to give me early, because of whatever plan that he has. And one of the messages is like y'all was saying, um be still, like this, just like not just like Superstar was just saying, like, be still. And I feel like you were saying, some people, they have to be told a little bit harshly, because some of my messages, I feel like, your father will tell you, you need to sit down, like literally, like you need to sit down or else you're gonna burn yourself out. And that's really, yeah, that's really one of the lessons that I'm like, just getting in tune with in this era of my life. Is like, is don't be ashamed, don't beat yourself up, don't shame yourself for having to take a break, or for having to take a moment, or an area in your life of being still, sitting down and reflecting, like we was talking earlier. It's and I feel like, a lot of people my age or my generation, or just people in general of all demographics of life, have that problem with, you know feeling like you're not worthy, like feeling like you're not worthy of rest. And it's like, why like, so that's one of the things that's obvious steps I've really been taking into towards my growth, is like, stop being ashamed of rest. Because it's not like you haven't been putting in work. It's not like you haven't been working. Even if you feel like you've been putting in work towards the wrong area, towards the wrong path, towards the wrong goal, you can still take that as a lesson in for yourself. Like, yeah, you can still take it as a lesson in yourself. You may have been donating some energy to the wrong people, or to the wrong cause, or something like that. Um, but that's okay. I mean, one of the lessons I learned was, like, for one, you have that much energy to give. You have that much compassion. You have that much, light to give. Now let's learn how to hone it. Now let's learn where to put it. Um, and then, yeah, that was my scenarios, like past jobs, past relationships, like platonically, just where, just paying attention to where you're gonna allow yourself to be at. But that's really all I have for right now. That's really all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. You said a mouthful, and I'm gonna say, God, a conversation we had earlier today.
That was beautiful. I'm inspired. Excuse
It,
me.
it, it is. It
It
is.
was
The
beautiful.
hardest thing for people to do is to be still, because the world tells you, they drop that, don't be lazy, don't be lazy, don't be lazy. And you feel like you have to keep moving, to have worth and to be able to say, somebody asks, oh, what you doing today? You don't want to say, oh, I'm not doing nothing. You come up with a list of things that just to sound like you're doing something, to sound like you're worthy. When I remember when I say God retired me from work 3 years ago, and my first week of not working anymore, I was still getting up, getting dressed, just going for a walk, just going outside. And one day I just felt like my ancestors was laughing at me, like, girl, who are you trying to impress by getting up and getting dressed? Like, what are you doing? You don't even really have a plan. And that's when I started to just chill and know that it's okay and I'm still worthy of God's love, and I still am whole by, because sometimes the work, quote unquote, is doing nothing. Yeah. Sometimes the work is doing nothing, and it's okay. Being in this world and of this world is very important. We don't have to do the things that the world says that we have to do. We do not.
Because God say He will do the rest in your rest.
In your
You
rest.
get what I'm saying? So if you done been up, you done already done did, just like you said. That's why when I watched Pastor Hannah, we watched the service one day, and the lady was on there, and she was like, sleeping early, what I just talked about, going to sleep early. And Pastor Hannah was like, yeah, and if they sleep early, they ain't got no money in their pocket. And the lady was like, well, keep living. And she checked the pastor, she like, keep living. So if you keep living, because wealthy people sleep well.
Okay.
That's because when you know that God got you, you don't got no reason to feel like it ain't working out. That's one thing that I keep in my mind and even in this era still. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. If you really allowing God to lead you and you really allowing God to move in that way and show you what God does, then you would understand that if you looking for anything outside of your house, outside of the room where you at, outside of the house where you at, whether it's food, money, conversation, you're looking in the wrong place. You're looking outside of God's will for you, because everything that He has for you is already with you.
Yes, that's good right there. And God gifts come from a limitless place. And that reminds me of what we were talking about the other day when you got my package and your auntie said to you, you get a package every day. You just keep getting packages. God knows where the need is, and He allows you to receive your flowers now while you live and while you can enjoy them. And it's beautiful that you're obedient and you allow God to work through you, and it shows, Taisha. So again, I appreciate you for heeding the call, and bringing us all together, because you guys are a group of beautiful people.
Yes.
I love you
so much. Jeremy, thank you for sharing. I'm gonna move on to Miss Harmony. Are you able to share with us? Okay.
Yes, I'm able to share. Can you run the window up for a minute? Thank you. Thank you for my 15 minutes of fame. So I just need you to repeat the question just so I can make sure I answer it correctly. I heard of gist of it, but can you run it back one more time, please?
Sure. In your newness and in the fullness of who you are, what are the most obvious steps you've made towards your growth? And can you give in a scenario that you faced before and handled it one way, and now in your growth you were able to handle it differently?
Okay. So in my newness, I am handling my temper and my self-control much better than I was previously. In my growth, I am learning not to take things so personally, learning to trust, in myself, go all the way down to Cedar's Garden. Learning to trust, like I said, trust in my intuition, trust in my gift, trust in the voice, Spirit God when it talks to me, being moving when I'm led and when I hear His voice, not second guessing or doubting it. I can say that there are several scenarios that I can use in regards to the change in regards to my attitude and my growth as far as my temper. Because there has been several times that I've had the opportunity to lose it, or you know what I'm saying, for it to go whole like left, you know. But at this stage in my life, I know that I don't have no time for jail. I don't have no time for that. I'm not doing nobody's jailhouse. I built myself up so many times. Like I'm too old to have to keep rebuilding. You know what I'm saying? So
That part.
at this stage, I'm also taking accountability. Like I'm able to admit my part.
Yes.
Bro,
Yes.
I did a deep self-reflection, and through my pain is birthing my purpose. For real. My pain has birthed my purpose, and I understand that I need to, you know what I'm saying, go another route. Like I can't go how I moved, you know, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago. Like I have to understand that quick temper Nicole ain't, you know, I gotta learn how to fight in a different way. Like physically doesn't work for me. Physically makes me lose things. And I've learned also that some people want me to do that. You know what I mean? Some people want to see my demise. They've been hating on Miss Hermione a long time.
Okay.
Seriously, all stages, you know. So I understand where it is, and I have now 5 grandchildren, so I need to be able to have something for them. I can't have them whenever God brings them back around. You know what I'm saying? Seriously, I know that that's gonna happen. You know, especially with finding out about the last one that just been born. So, I understand that, you know, not just for my grandchildren, but for my daughter too. Whenever God brings us back together, I have to be able to be humble. I have to humble myself. I have to, you know what I'm saying, not allow my anger, you know, or whatever she says, or whatever I see, to, you know, sever the connection of me being able to come back to her. You know what I'm saying? So I have to move differently. So I understand that in this season of my life, my temper and self-control and self-reflection, and even if I do happen to lose it, being able to own that and still being you know, say apologies if need be, make amends, but still stand on what I say though. You know what I'm saying? Because bro, you know, you got to stand for something or fall for anything, and I'm not about that. And if you don't have boundaries, like, you know, people will take a inch, a mile, a foot, a yard, the whole kid caboodle, you know. So that's for me. That's what I feel that this new person that's being birthed now is and that's a big one. That's been a big one for me. My temper and my anger, really, like that's been a hard cross to bear. A hard it's like an addiction, honestly. It's like a real addiction, like seriously, you know. And so, and then not being taught, you know, how to, you know,
regulate yourself.
Another path besides lashing out or using your fist to express whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm happy for what's happening, and not beating myself up if I happen to have a slip up, because it's okay. You know what I'm saying? You learn to live another day, and you know, hey,
that's right.
Moving forward.
And as we talk about, you know, the moon having cycles, you know, life is like a spiral, you know, and you're going to come back around to these situations so you can see that, oh, okay, I still need to tweak that a little bit. Or so it's not even a mishap. It's just a reflection, you know, just like, you know, someone gave as the moon being a characteristic. It's just a reflection to show you, you know, okay, not to beat yourself up, like you said, not to come down on yourself, just to acknowledge, like, okay, I see that it's still something in there stirring. So, you know, just to pay attention to it. That's the growth is beautiful. And I love to hear, you know, the steps that everyone is taking to, you know, because that means that you acknowledge, you're aware, and that there are steps to be made. There is growth to be had, because some people are comfortable fighting. at our ages. I'm saying there are people that are comfortable, speaking and talking over people, speaking out of turn, and not taking a second to have that pause, that awareness, and to be able to hear more. People are comfortable like that. So the fact that each and every person has given their has shared, parts of them and where they used to be and where they see the growth and where they're growing to and becoming is a beautiful thing. And it's something to not be taken lightly. It's something to really acknowledge, as often as you can, that you're doing a damn thing. And it's very comfortable to stay in what's familiar. It's very comfortable to stay in what doesn't bring you resistance. You know what I mean? If this is how I live my life for this many years, why not? Because to do something different takes courage. It takes strength. It takes all the things that we talked about last week in Titanium Thursday to, be able to peel layers off of ourselves that no longer serve us. So definitely big up yourself.
Pew, 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 pew.
Okay, did everyone have a...
And if I wanted to know, I'm sorry, one quick second before we end, if possible, Tonka Toy, my beautiful superstar, I wanted to let you know, I mistakenly forgot to give you your pull-up from last week's Titanium Thursday, and if you would allow me to before we close, I would love to provide that to you before we end.
Okay, we're not going to end just yet. You guys see, we only got 10 minutes. I want to do the scripture real fast, and then after I'm gonna ask Sophie, because she always seems to be the one to pull them up. If you're able to pull the scripture up, and then Hermione, you can, while she's pulling up, you can do
Superstar.
What you have to do. It's Ecclesiastes 3:1-11. Okay, Hermione.
Okay, 1 second. I just got back to the house. I got to get it. The papers in the house. We just pulled it up, so it's perfect timing.
Okay, so I'll let her read that because we only have a few minutes. Mm-hmm. You ready, Sophie?
Y'all ready?
What is it again?
Ecclesiastes 3:1-11.
And then 13, but that's separate. 1-11 and then 13.
Got it.
Okay.
Let me know. Y'all ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Right. There is a time for everything and a season. You want me to read the NIV version? That's okay.
Whatever. That's cool, yeah.
Okay. There's a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens. A time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to uproot, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to tear down and a time to build, a time to weep, a time to laugh, a time to mourn, a time to dance, a time to scatter stones and a time to gather them, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing, a time to search and a time to give up, a time to keep and a time to throw away, a time to tear and a time to mend, a time to be silent and a time to speak, a time to love and a time to hate, a time for war and a time for peace. What do workers gain from their toil? I have seen the burden God has laid on the human race. He has made everything beautiful in its time. He has also set eternity in the human heart. Yet, no one can fathom what God has done from beginning to end. 13 says that each of them may eat and drink and find satisfaction in all their toil. This is the gift of God.
Amen. Amen. And I want to make it clear how Alicia, when she said eat and drink, and Alicia popped that glass up, like I said, go ahead, Alicia. Go ahead, Alicia, ahead of time. Okay. You on mute. You on mute, Miss I Am Brenda.
I'm still steady going. Thank you so much, Sophie, for reading that. So if we know that everything is already written, that there is a time for everything, that I asked her to read that all because it lists everything under that is possible. So if we can carve this scripture on our hearts, carve the scripture on our hearts, like the words on a gravestone, we can lay to rest worry and doubt. Because like the moon, as we cycle through this life, we will always return to our full self and be made new. When you see and feel the sun, acknowledge your power. Acknowledge how you're able to change the temperature in a room. Respect your light. And also the masculine side of you. Experiencing the moon is experiencing the gentleness in you. The soul, how you have the ability to be as assertive as the sun or as feminine as the moon. This is the full completion of Moon Monday. And thank y'all for joining me. Okay.
And be sure to check out what I put up
that was
in
beautiful.
the group chat that has to do with all the phases of the moon.
Wow, really?
Just that quick. Just that quick.
Wow. And real quick, I'm sorry because I know Hermione wants to give Superstar what she wanted to give her. I wrote down 4 moon affirmations that obviously you can, they can be said at any time, but it's the energy of, the moon, maybe like before you, as you're laying down at night, as you're doing your night routine, being able to say these affirmations out loud to yourself and reminding yourself who you are. I am an abundant being.
Say it again.
I am an abundant being. I am aligned with the universe. I have everything I need. I release, but I put in parentheses, let go, because releasing is like, it keep coming back. You got to keep releasing it. So once you let it go, it's like, for good. I let go of any fears and doubts. Thank you all so much. Oh, one more thing. I keep turning the page. There's more. It's important to understand everything outside of you is you. Everything outside of you is you. Lately, I don't even really want to say you or I because that is like separating to say you or I versus us and we, because we are all one. We are the universe, in the form of Selfie, Authentic Ari, Everlasting Star, Jeremy, Hermione, Iridescent Star, Blazing Peace, Superstar, and Infinitely Abundant. We are all, what's outside of us is all in us. So I just want to say that our time together is very much appreciated. And just know that whatever you face, grow through it with grace.
That's right. Come on.
And can you repeat the 5th one again? Because I only got 4.
She got 4.
I am an abundant being. I am aligned with the universe. I have everything I need. I let go of any fears and doubts, but that's only 4.
That's it. That's it.
Oh, I thought you said you had 5 things. Okay. Okay, my bad.
Nope.
All right, it's my
When
turn
it's
now.
acceptable.
You say what?
When it's acceptable, I just wanted to inform everyone of another group member that I brought in. So thank you for creating this space. Her name is Sierra.
Welcome, Sierra.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Anytime, girl. Monday, Thursday, we here, girl. Okay, she gonna give you a link. She want to link on.
I told her to come over.
Okay.
That's awesome.
That's cool.
Okay, Superstar. So I just want to get this in real quick. I don't know if you got a chance to watch last week's video, but please know that whatever I am telling you is said in love, and it's only for the betterment of you and the betterment of us as a whole, me, everybody that's in here. So I hope that you can receive what I'm saying to you and take it and do what you will with it. So for the thing that I feel, for in my opinion, what I feel that you can do better in is to let me find your name. Learn to listen more and talk less. Sometimes you overspeak instead of actually soaking in the information. So and sometimes you rush to give opinions or advice for other members in the group, and kind of like overexert yourself when someone else is trying to speak and give their perspective. And so sometimes I feel like you should just kind of like fall back on that and learn to like actually soak in what's being said, and process it. And then if something needs to be spoke on, then go through it like that. And so I thank you for letting me share that.
I received that, and I love
sweet. That was
that was sweet.
Yeah.
I love you. I have received that, because that's all a part of us being the sisterhood that we are. If you cannot make me want to be better, then what are we doing?
Amen. Thank you.
Amen. Thank you. That was good.
So, we have 2 minutes left. If anyone, I think I had something to share, or anyone wanted to share in the last 2 minutes of our beautiful Zoom.
I do want to share something. I want to say, when Jeremy was talking about like the job and that money, yesterday I had a Facebook post, that memory that came up, and it was from 2019. And I left my job 2021, like 2 years later after I did that post. And when I seen that post, it did something to me. And that post was, it doesn't even matter about the money anymore.
Okay.
My body is tired. I was irritated, even though I was making good money, $26 an hour, Blue Cross Blue Shield. It was really good. All the checks was great. That day was a pivotal moment for myself, because I had been working so hard. And I wrote this down to say this to us all. The money will drain you if it's not in your purpose. If you're not in purpose, doing anything for money, or feeling any work, it will drain you. And I also wrote this to say, I think I already had said that about God will do your rest in your rest, but that's really what my main was the money will drain you if it's not in purpose, period. So I also want to say thank you all for coming, and thank you all for vibing and everything. And we got Tab coming up, and in May we're gonna we're doing great with GTTW. We're going to start a membership. Okay, so we're going to start a membership coming in May, and the membership will be $28. Okay, so if you want to add more, you want to put, I'm just giving $28. And your membership is not just a membership like you're just giving out money. Your membership is coming towards us meeting together in New Year's. We're going to meet together in New Year's. So we want to make this preparation and started right now, so that we can have the money to set the place. So as long as we got the place, then people will get your way. God gonna make a way as long as we make a way. Okay, I wanted to say that, and I wanted to say that our financial treasurer is Alicia. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to add that and throw that out there just in case, so everybody have a little go. You know what I'm saying? Right now we're doing founders, and we're setting this up. You know what I'm saying? So we got Iris secretary on deck. You know what I'm saying? Like how up with whatever, we got those going on. But we're going to talk more in depth at that. That was just a conversation that was had on the side. God had me to put that out there, so everybody will have their own role. You know what I'm saying? But we allowing God to lead us into who role is what and who does what. You know what I'm saying? So even though I said Alicia and Iris right now, everybody has a position. You know what I'm saying? Once you pay your membership and you in there, everybody will have. You know what I'm saying? As we get this going, I want us to have this ball rolling, because I want to meet everybody. I want us to have sandwiches together and laughs together and do things like that. So the membership ain't just to say, oh, I'm paying, because we're learning, we're growing. This is something that, never been done before. Okay, this has never been done before. So we're doing this, we're creating this. Okay, GTTW, the word, and just as we're growing through the word, we're allowing the word to grow through us. And look, as many people as it is right here, just this fact, she brought, Ari brought somebody, then Jeremy gets somebody, then everybody. It's just like that. It's just like we're not forcing anybody. We're not Bible thumpers. We're not forcing anybody to do anything. Only thing that we're just doing is growing. Okay, so that's my message, and that's it. Y'all got something else?
Real quick, was Jeremy or Authentic Ari, were you guys able to come up with your star names?
I'm gonna name my star Ari.
Ooh, come on, Star Ari, and put it in your feed when you come back next time. When y'all come back, when y'all come back Thursday, because we do it every Monday and every Thursday. Okay, Jeremy, I want to see y'all here. Okay, yeah, where it say Ari Authentic. I want
and you gotta pick somebody for Thursday.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Jeremy.
Okay, go ahead, Jeremy.
Oh, my bad.
Jeremy.
Gotcha. So I was thinking,
I'm talking on
to me
still.
was Luna's prophet.
Say it again.
See how that play out. Luna's prophet.
Luna's prophet.
Okay.
So we gonna see how that works out. That's really just like you make.
I love that.
That's deep. Okay.
Can I pour into Jeremy real quick and really quick? Because this was my first time coming abroad to this sacred space, and I brought Jeremy and Sierra, and both of these are what you would consider to be not only family, friends, and neighbors, but these are my babies. These are my clients. These are the reason. These people are the reason why I'm here in this space right now, because they chose me to guide them. You get what I'm saying? So I'm walking in my purpose and my passion. I'm here to learn, and I'm bringing my tribe with. So thank you for holding space for us. Oh, I feel it. Giggity goosebumps. Goddamn me. Or is that the weed? I don't know. But I appreciate it. You know? Like, I love it.
Tell her to pick her name. What's her name? You say her name?
Sierra.
Sierra. Sierra, what's her star name? What's your get you a star name?
Gotta get a star name. So when you log in next week, you gotta get a star name. And then here's her baby Nova. So we got some babies that we bring into the tribe too.
Come on,
so just
baby
thank you
Nova.
for holding space for us.
Oh, I love this. Look at Miss Cassie Brown face. The face.
Can you get a little brighter light so we can see y'all beautiful faces a little brighter next time?
Hold on. Let me turn on the light.
Yeah, you introducing all these beautiful souls, and I can't see. My old ass.
Real quick, before they kick us out, I'll choose a selfie for Thursday.
Oh, you know it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good again.
I have something to say.
So
I've had my
silly.
hand raised. I've had my hand raised for a while, and so I'm just gonna assert myself because that was something I gotta learn. Part of from last Thursday. So I'm asserting myself right now. I've had my hand raised, and that ain't working. So I would like for us to create some housekeeping because we've had a lot of interference with background noise and things like that. So housekeeping going forward, if I may assert myself, is unless you're speaking, please keep your mics on mute unless you're actually speaking. And then when you get ready to speak, then unclick the mute. Because that way we all can hear. Remember that these are being recorded, so they're going to go up somewhere, and we don't want any type of interference happening from someone missing the message, because someone who may have sensory issues, that could be very annoying, and they'll just click on off. So let's be very mindful of that going forward. Unless you're speaking, please go ahead and hit that mute. That's my 2 cents. That's it.
Thank you, Alicia. God, get your assertiveness on. That was necessary. That was necessary. And just in case, because Jeremy and I think Ari don't know, y'all can go on GTTW Family on YouTube. We got a YouTube channel, so we drop these on YouTube when we're done with these videos. GTTW Family. So it will be up there, and y'all could go and look. You could check out some old videos, because even the old videos will be the new videos, because even whatever video you watch, we is in real time. Nothing is happening later or behind us. We're actually in real time, no matter what. Okay.
And thank
So
you for
I want to
asserting
just do this.
yourself iridescent.
Thank you for
I love
that
that.
iridescent.
I love
And
that.
I want to just take another few moments out, even though, I know, because Miss I Am Abundant said, this is her infinite abundant final thoughts. Okay. We calling it. So even when it's selfie final thought, iridescent final thought, and when it comes to the end, I want y'all to get y'all be like, oh, well, this is the final thought. You know how to cut it off and do what you do. So I just want to share and say, Jeremy and Authentic Ari and Sierra, tell us how was today for you guys, and what was this experience like right now, if you don't mind sharing it.
I'll speak last. I'll let my babies go first.
Go ahead.
And well, did you like it? I did. It was all of the personalities I really like. Not everybody's the same, but it's not like a bad different, if that makes sense. Like it has their own I really like y'all.
Thank you. We don't like you, girl. We don't like you at all. We love you, okay? We don't like you at all. We love you.
Yeah.
And this is our symbol if y'all see us always harden, because it's always love. When we leave, we heart, we love, period. Okay, Jeremy, go ahead. Give it to us. Thank you, Sierra.
All right. Like she said, I'm so sorry. Like she said, mute your mics. Like Iridescent said, mute your mics. Okay. Okay. But no, I just want to say I love y'all as well. I love y'all personalities, just like Sierra said. Um like me and Ari all about authenticity. We love authenticity. And that's one of my favorite things in meeting new people. And I really one of the things they said, Monday was one of my lucky days. So I'm really glad that I really got hopped on and chose to spoke to y'all and chose to connect with y'all in relationships. Okay. So once again, I would letting y'all know right now, I love it. I might be hitting y'all every other Monday or something, because like we were just talking about, I gotta make sure we keep the flow. We keep the flow. So whenever I need a rest, I can't be apologetic about it, all right? But this is definitely something I would love to connect with y'all on a regular basis. That's one thing I do want to say. So I love y'all. Keep being you. And one thing I'm gonna leave. I ain't gonna take too much time. One thing I just wanna. This is one thing Spirit is telling me to tell y'all. Um, when concerning, putting God first, don't be ashamed of, like, especially redirecting the grace and the power that you have towards something else, especially towards me. Okay, and that's all I have to say.
Yes, and you know what's ironic? I was going to ask you, Jeremy, to give some positive words as we went out, and you did that anyway. So thank you, and thank you. Okay.
Can I say something? Oh, Ari gonna go. I want to say something before we hang up the Zoom. Okay.
Okay, so I wanted to say that I really enjoyed the space. I enjoyed the vibes. I love everybody's personality. I love how Coach said that she's not a Bible thumper. Like, that's really big for me. That's a really big thing for me. Like, and I love how it's very comforting when you come in. It's a soothing aspect. When you come in, it's like you're cleansed on the way in. I really, really like that. I feel comfortable. I feel more eager now to bring my additional clients, because everybody attached to me, I'm learning, I'm a vessel, I'm a spiritual advisor, all these different things. I have to walk by my own words and my own language. So I'm leading by example. So expect me to bring some more people in.
And they are most definitely welcome.
Thank you. Go ahead, Iris.
It's real quick. I pulled our book back out, Affirmations for Happiness, and it turned to this page. It really did it by itself, so I'm gonna read it because it's really good. Connection is my key to fulfillment. I make it a point to connect with myself and others to support my joy and contentment. Connection with myself and the right people brings so much richness to my life. I'm thankful for all of my valuable connections and will keep nurturing them with love. Thriving is my calling, and more joy will get me there. I just want to share that because I feel so connected to you guys. Yes.
Ooh, come on,
Very on
Amy.
point.
Thank
Very
you, girl. And I'm so glad you're going to be hosting Thursday. Looking forward to it. And I wanted to say one more special thing before we get up out of here, because this is it. My heart said this. Jeremy, Ari, and Sierra, y'all just got here and you didn't know the gist of this whole thing. God, this is God's life. We are all co-creators in here. So with this is whole orchestrated by God. So when you said that you feel the feeling of everything, this is like how we even been at 11. The most, I know Iris was doing them numbers. We was at 11, and then I noticed that with the highest was at 11, and I wrote down 11 and 12 with God. You know what I'm saying? So the numbers was very amazing today. This was really oh God, I'm out of words and undescribed. I'm done. But I just want to let you guys know I love y'all, and I'll see y'all Thursday, 7 p.m. same time, same channel, with Selfie being a host. And every week, in case y'all didn't know, the more you come, when you come, you may get picked next week. You may get picked. So what you're going to do is be the host. You're going to come up with a whole concept and be ready to ask questions and give information and share, your true authentic self. So, because we are all leaders, this is a mastermind group. So we are all masterminds. Everybody is in an individual growth like that. So I just want to share that. And I love you guys. And I'll see you all Thursday.
See you. Have a great night.
Yeah.
Bye. It was great. Love y'all.
Love
Good night.
I'm gonna sleep like a baby.
Bye. Love y'all.
All right, good night. We
Bye.
love
You
you.
too.
Good
Love
night.
y'all.
Come
Bye.
back again.
Oh.
Where is my phone? Here. What is going on with my phone?